Francis and Clarke, a meeting between Dubuque, Iowa, and Joliet, Illinois. And we're going to get started in a matter of a couple of moments. Sullivan Center starting to fill up. Nice crowd here tonight. It's always special to have a home opener, and you'll see a lot of fans coming here before this thing gets underway here in just a couple of moments. And anxious to see Kara Courier and the University of St. Francis women at home for the first time this year. So we're just about set for tonight's starting lineup and our national anthem here at the Sullivan Center on the campus of the University of St. Francis. And there's a good look at the coach. We told you she's a bundle of energy. She's sitting down, she's standing up, she's walking around, and now getting loose, even though she won't be playing.
You should have the two boxes that come up. Yep, just hit okay on both those.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sullivan Center back on the court. Matchup between Clarke University and your Fighting Saints.
As always, prior to the introductions of tonight's starting lineups, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And at this time, let's introduce tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the pride of Clarke University. A sophomore setter, number 1, Maddie Rowe. A junior outside hitter, number 9, Casey Davis. A senior middle hitter, number 16, Kayla Budgeons. A freshman middle hitter, number 17, Tatum Brum. Freshman outside hitter, number 25, Amber Cooksley. And a senior outside hitter, number 29, Lindsay Steger. The libero for the Pride, a senior, number 5, Ashley Smith. The head coach for the Pride is Brendan Paulson. And now the starting lineup for your Fighting Saints. She's a 5'5" senior setter from Lewistown, Illinois. Number 2, Darian Baldwin. A 5'9" sophomore outside hitter from St. Anne, Illinois. Number 4, Taylor Vallant. A 5'11" sophomore middle hitter from Lapeer, Michigan. Number 6, Brooklyn Withy. A 5'10" senior outside hitter from Morris, Illinois. Number 9, Joanna Nowicki. A 5'11" junior middle hitter from Newburgh, Oregon. Number 10, Jade Livesay Grork. a 5'3" freshman defensive specialist from Schaumburg, Illinois, number 12, Gabrielle Paelmo. And the libero for the Fighting Saints, a 5'4" sophomore from Munster, Indiana, number 17, Katie Zakis. Fighting Saints are coached by Miss Kara Courier.
All right, we are just about set to get things started here on this home opener for the University of St. Francis. Again, they come in 1-3. Clarke University comes in with a record of 4-1 up to this point on the season. St. Francis with a season-opening victory over Bethel, and then lost 3 straight to Marion, Indiana, lost 3 straight to Mount Mercy, and then took 16th-ranked Cornerstone to 5 before losing the 5th and final set there by a score of 15-8. So they were very much in that match, and a chance to pull off one of the top-ranked teams in the country. And there's a real good look at Brooklyn Withy. We're talking about her on the inside. She has developed in her short time here in Joliet as one of the better middles around. And she's off to a really good start in her career. Matter of fact, 2nd in the conference last year, led the team, and 28th in the nation. Not bad for a freshman. She's out of Lapeer, Michigan. And final instructions at the scorer's table by the referee, and we're just about set to go. As you look down, Clarke will be on the left of your screen in the navy blue uniforms with Clarke on the back, the numbers on the front. The Saints will be on the right with the gold tops. Clarke, one of those teams that starts, you got a sophomore starting, a senior, a junior, a freshman, and a senior. So kind of a mixed bag. Some experience, but then some youth as well. Taylor Vallant and the St. Francis Fighting Saints ready to receive serve. Best of 5. And here we go. And this will be Maddie Rowe, the sophomore from Mississauga, Ontario, serving for Clarke. And we're underway. And we had a net violation on the inside, and that's going to be the first point to the Pride from Clarke University. Rowe will send it across again with the left hand. Not a good service received there by Vallant, and that goes into the net. Saints not able to set anything up, so a quick 2-0 lead here for the Pride. It's a real good start for that young lady and her team. High floating serve this time. Again, tough dealing with it for the Saints on the receive. On a big hit, and there's a kill for the Clarke University Pride in the form of Casey Davis, a 5'11" junior from Dubuque, Iowa. Back set, and there's another kill. That ball was hit at the net and goes out of bounds, and Kara Courier may want to take a timeout here pretty soon. It's already 4-0. I know it's very early, but her girls are having a very difficult time receiving the serves. Rowe has done a good job of mixing it up between something harder and little floaters, and she is on a roll. This one a little more pace. That was a better serve receive. Now they can go outside for the first time, and that's cleaned up there by Nanninga. And that is in, and that is a 5-0 start for the Pride. It's not that often in women's college volleyball you see a team score 5 points in a row, and that streak, mercifully for the Saints, has come to an end. So subs coming in for the Saints. Checking in will be Alexis Inkst, a freshman out of Bloomington. She will serve. And also checking in will be number 7, Kendra Bullard. Kendra is a right side or outside from Random Lake, Wisconsin. There you get a good look at her there. And this is Inkst. Quick set to the middle. Good job there by the Saints on the inside. Inkst getting active early. Or check that, that wasn't Inkst, that was Withy. That ball is hit out of bounds, and the Saints have back-to-back points. Let's see if they can put a little run together of their own here. Good dig there from Katie Suckus. Another good dig from Katie. That ball is hit way long. Bullard mistimed her jump and hit that ball on her way down and sent it way out of bounds. So nice job by the Saints of getting back into this match. They were down 0-5. Now they're right back in it, down 6-2. Gives them a little momentum here. And just a free ball here for Clarke, and this has been the theme of the match thus far. Nice dig in the back there from Casey Davis. And another dig. Zakis is on fire here with 3 super digs. Quick set in the middle, and the finish. One of the best middles around. Brooklyn Withy. A little bit of a delay. That ball went outside in the rec center and I think out in the hallway and had to get another ball. Now we're all set to go. Here's Zakis. She appeared in 39 matches last year. 3rd on the team with 313 digs. And Withy on the inside. Don't know if she'll get credit for the block or not. I believe that was Tatum Brum just hitting that ball into the tape. We'll take the point though. And the Saints are within 2 now, down 6-4. And Zakis will send over a high, soft serve. Longest point of the match thus far. That ball would have been out, but it's blocked instead, or rather dug instead by Bullard. And a kill and a point for the Pride. They go up 7-4. I think both teams kind of feeling their way along here in the early going here. Not a lot of power at the net so far. A lot of the sets have been off just a little bit, so the girls have had to attack from a little bit further back than I think they'd like. This is Ashley Smith, a senior from Roscoe, Illinois. And there's a big hit there from the outside by Nowicki, but a good dig. And then a kill. That was Casey Davis. Good effort there from Gabriela Palermo from the University of St. Francis. Couldn't quite get it though. It's 8-4, Clarke's on top. Good effort by the Pride defensively. Quick set in the middle, and that will be a net violation called against Withy. That'll be another point for the Clarke University Pride from Dubuque, Iowa. It's 9-4. Their passing has been more crisp. Their sets have been better. Still a long way to go in this one. And once again, it's Ashley Smith to serve. And that'll be a point for the Saints. An attack error there from Amber Cooksley, the freshman out of Dubuque. And this will be Brooklyn Withy serving for the University of St. Francis. Second team all-conference last year as a freshman. Super athletic for a middle. Down the line they go. Withy tried to dig to no avail. Point for the Pride. To serve for Clarke University will be Randy Hafner. She's out of Peatone, so she's close to home, former Blue Devil. Zakis, nice job again. A good set this time. That's blocked out of bounds, and that'll be the first kill for Kendra Bullard, the freshman from Random Lake, Wisconsin. She's had some opportunities, but sets really weren't there that time. Put it in a good place right at the tape, and she was able to hit into the block, which then subsequently went out of bounds. Darian Baldwin will serve, the senior from Lewiston, Illinois. Down in Central Illinois, played her junior college volleyball at Illinois Central College in East Peoria. Quick set on the middle there, and that'll be a block. They tried a quick set to the freshman from Marquette Manor High School up near Westchester, Stephanie Woods, but she was blocked. Nice little set there in the middle from Baldwin, but Clarke did a nice job of snuffing it out. It's 11-6 now. And there's a roll and a kill. Liv Segrork, 5'11" junior from Newburgh, Oregon. She put a lot of heat on that. We've talked about a lack of big hits so far here for the Saints. They've had a couple. That was one of them. Now Wiki will send it over. Nice job by Valent. They'll come to the right, and that'll be another kill for Liv Segrork. That's her second in a row. The Saints with back-to-back points here, and they're within 3. It's as close as they've been since it was 3-0 down the line. Great dig, ball bouncing around in the rafters, which means it's in play. On a big kill by the big middle on the inside. Caleb Budgeon, 6-foot senior out of Germantown, Wisconsin, and she really lowered the boom. Checking into serve for Clarke now will be Alex Talbot, 5'4" junior from Indianola, Iowa. Oh, nice little change of pace there by Taylor Valent. I don't think she tried to do that. She's smiling, and we'll have to ask her afterwards if she purposely pulled the string on that kill attempt. And I think by that grin there, she knows she got away with one. She just mistimed her jump. Serving for the Saints will be Gabrielle Palermo, a freshman from Schaumburg High School. She was a Schaumburg Saxon. They're going to go to the back, and a big hit there from Cooksley, but a dig by Zakis. Good coverage there by Clarke, but I believe we had, a lift called? Nope, double hit called. That's a violation on the Pride, so a point for the Saints, and just like that, they are within 2, down 12-10. And that serve is out of bounds by about a foot. Good look there from Palermo, but just missed the line. On to serve for the Pride now will be Maddie Rowe. She started this off with a 5-0 run from the service line. See, the Saints can get her off right away. A nice dig there by Valent. They'll go to the right, and that's a kill, the third for Liv Segrork. And she is off to a fantastic start. She'll sit down. Bullard will come back in. Also checking back in will be Inkst. A real nice job there by that young lady from Newburgh, Oregon. Zakis is having herself a first set, isn't she? And again. And that is a block at the net, and that is a point for Clarke. Boy, Zakis has made a half a dozen super digs up to this point. Sophomore from Munster High School in Munster, Indiana. Quick set in the middle. Withy tries to push it over. Cleaned up there by Clarke. And then another kill cross court. That's an angle that Lindsay Steger has used a couple of different times now. And there you see Coach Courier saying we've got to cover that cross court kill. And a working margin here now again for the Pride. They're up by 4. And just a moment ago it was down to 2. A great play there by the Saints. That was Palermo. And that will be out of bounds, and that'll be a point for the Pride, but not for a lack of effort from that young lady right there. Casey Davis will send it over. Palermo receives the roll with Withy, and it's blocked. They're going to go right back to her. Nice block that time from Bullard, the freshman coming up big. That'll be out of bounds, but what a super effort from the University of St. Francis. And we're going to get a timeout taken here by Kara Courier, the head coach, as she sees her team now trailing by the largest deficit they've encountered. They fell behind early 5-0, and they got it back to 6-4, then fell behind 10-5, then got it back to 11-8, and then got within 13-11. But now, just like that, 4 consecutive points here by the Pride, and they find themselves with a comfortable lead in this type of scoring where it's speed scoring, a comfortable 6-point cushion. Of course, once you get to 20, it's really tough to make up those points when you're down in the low to mid-teens, and that's where the Saints actually aren't even in the teens yet at this point. So an uphill climb for that head coach and her girls here in the first set. It is a best of 3. We mentioned the Saints played in the tournament this past weekend over at St. Xavier and Trinity Christian. This was a crossover. Played 2 matches on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. And they lost a pair. Actually, it was 2 on Friday and 2 on Saturday. They lost a pair on Saturday to Mount Mercy and to Cornerstone. Split with Bethel and Marion on Friday. So trying to snap a 3-game skid. Clarke, meanwhile, after losing its opener to Cardinal Stritch, has won 4 in a row. And they're playing with a lot of confidence. So it's up to that young lady, Brooklyn Withy, to turn the tide here. It's been the theme of the first set here. Serve receives have been iffy at best. That ball hit the pin. That'll be a point for the Saints. Much needed point for the Saints. It's been the player of the game so far for the Saints, Katie Zakis. And that's going to be a violation. 4 hits against the Pride, so back-to-back points here by the Saints. Let's see if they can make this interesting and go on a 4 or 5 point run here. Trouble on the receive there, so the Saints will get a free ball. Let's see if they can get a good set and a kill attempt. Bullard hits it into the net. So that stems the tide here for the time being for the Pride. Ashley Smith out of Roscoe, Illinois, the most famous person from Roscoe other than that young lady, Danica Patrick, former NASCAR driver and IndyCar driver. And there's a kill for Clarke. And they're at 19 now. A little frustration already setting in on the Saints, and they can't get two down. It's just one set. And when you fall behind 5-0, it's really difficult to come back from that. But here's where the Saints have to do a better job. Good receive that time. Quick set with ease. Dink is taken, and that ball is long. So if you don't come back and win this set, at least get some momentum going in. As coming into the game is Stephanie Woods, her second appearance, the freshman from Westchester. That ball is long off the right arm of Withy. So Clarke, the first one to 20. And they'll be serving here to even increase their cushion. And here's Randy Hafner. Bullard will get a kill. That's her second. Couple of subs coming in for the Saints. Arian Baldwin will check in to serve, and that young lady will hopefully record a couple of more kills. She's got 3 up to this point. Livesay Groke. That ball is hit to Crest Hill, way long. The Saints with back-to-back points. They're within 4. And Baldwin will serve again. Zakis, another remarkable dig. Well, where would the Saints be without her in this first set? Nice work there by Livesay Groark. And there's a kill down the line. Nicely done, perfectly placed from Joanna Nowicki, the senior from nearby Morris. 3 consecutive points for the Saints, and now they are within 3. This will really tighten things up for Clarke if the Saints can get a point here. Oh, that was just a poor set there by Baldwin. She tried to go back over the shoulder to Livesay Groark, but it was too long, and by the time Jade was able to locate the set, tried to hit it cross court and didn't even make it over the net. So a big error there for the Saints, and they'll try to get the point back. Good dig there from Ashley Smith. And that dink makes it just in front of Withy at back-to-back points for the Pride, and they once again are in control. Up by 5. For all that work the Saints did to get back to within 3 when they were down by 6, that works all for naught now. Withy from the back row just pushes it across. Nice work by the Saints on the inside. The freshman, Stephanie Woods. Here comes Nowicki to serve now for the Saints. Nowicki, second team all-conference a year ago. 345 kills, number 1 on the team, and there's an ace. Joanna picks up the ace. It's now 22-19. That young lady will reach more than likely 1,000 kills for her career this year. She's at 923 right now. Nice block, and that's another point for the Saints. Livesey Groark. Fans starting to make some noise now. Saints can get within one. And again, Woods making her presence felt. And that's a point for the Saints. Gabrielle will make that. Stephanie Woods having an impact. The Saints are within one, and they can tie it here with Nowicki serving again. Great serve. That is going to be an ace, and we're tied at 22. Never say die for the Saints. Well, you've come all the way back now. Let's just go ahead and finish it off right here. And that stems the tide. They go to the outside. They go to Casey Davis, their big-time hitter, and she does not disappoint. Alex Talbot will serve. Good receive from Withy. Good set. And that ball is out. That'll be an error. Groark hit it long, and a timeout taken by Coach Currier as her team evened it up at 22, but then back-to-back points by the Pride, and they now have a couple of set points to play with here as we are in game one. You see there, St. Francis trailing Clarke University 24-22. Clarke, as we mentioned, is 4-1. They come into tonight's match already 2-1 against CCAC opponents. They lost to Cardinal Stritch and then beat St. Xavier and Governor State. Here's a look at that last play. It wasn't, it wasn't out by much, but out nonetheless. Well, it literally is a matter of just inches at times. All right, a couple of game points here for the Pride. See if the Saints can get one of those back right here. Talbot serves again. And there's another kill. Livesey Groark put the hammer to that one. So there's 1 point saved. Need another one, or we'll go down to the second set, down 1-0. Palermo will serve, but not before a timeout is taken by Brendan Paulson, head coach of Clarke University. Well, the Saints have been looking up until they got it to 22. They fell behind 5-0 and stayed with it. And in fact, they were down 20-14. And what we say, it's so hard when one team gets to 20 to make up the ground, but they've done it. But they still need this point here or they fall behind 1 game. Serve receive has been much better. I think if we talk to Coach Currier, and we will after the match, win or lose, we'll go back to that first 10 to 15 points of the first set where the Saints really had a difficult time. And Coach Paulson using all of this time. There's a good look at him right there. He actually played his volleyball at Clarke. Most recently was the coach at Manchester University in North Manchester, Indiana. And this is his first year as head coach. This actually ought to be coaching a team in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan with the beard and the dew. All right, Coach Curry, let's see what words of wisdom she bestowed on her girls. See if they can save another game point. And here's the freshman, Palermo, to try to do just that. That ball sails way long. The timeout work got the Saints out of their groove, and that's it. Clarke 25, St. Francis 23. Saints going to have to win 3 of the next 4 to stop a 3-game skid. We're here at the Sullivan Center on the campus of the University of St. Francis. Clarke up 1-0.
It's our conference meet, so it's kind of our biggest meet of the year. Sharon was a Lindsey Wilson runner. We'd known each other for a long time, and she is a sweetheart. She's absolutely adorable. You would never want anything bad to happen to her in a race, ever.
And we were 2.5 miles into it, and Darcy and I were in second and third, and Sharon was in first. We knew that she had gone the wrong way because we could barely still see her. She was still pretty far in front of us.
She still came in third place at the finish, but I came in first and Danielle came in second. Immediately, we just go, no! We like both literally did this motion with our arms.
We didn't want the credit for first and second because we knew that's not what it really was.
Well, I'm very proud of our girls. You know, you can't help but be proud. Anytime someone does the right thing, no matter what. In our day and age now, it's everybody out for themselves mostly. And I think it's just, we're teaching the kids the wrong thing when we do something like that. We need to teach them, yeah, you want to win. You want to be the best. You should strive to break a record. But remember, you know, the lifestyle you live is the most important thing of all.
Saints still in good spirits despite dropping the first set 25-23, and why not? This is a Pride team that's had success. We mentioned they've already beaten St. Xavier and Governor State so far this year, and did play Cardinal Stritch and lost their opening match, but they're on the heater here. They've won 4 in a row, beat Goshen, St. Mary's, Governor State, and St. Xavier. So they're feeling pretty confident about themselves. We mentioned Clarke is from Dubuque. Dubuque, Iowa has become a, well, not become, but it's got several schools. And Clarke is one of them. Clarke's about 1,000 students in Dubuque. They have the University of Dubuque, Loras College, Clarke University, and Emmanuel's Bible College. So it's a town that isn't particularly large, but they believe in higher education there. And a handful of universities. You have Grandview there, I believe, as well. So a lot of schools in Dubuque, and St. Francis. We'll get to see a couple of those here throughout the course of the year. They're the Pride. Again, not a team that's got a superstar, just all kind of the same size, and that's what Coach Courier said. We asked her about them before the match started, and we said, you know, what is it about this team? She goes, they're just tall. And as you look out there, they really don't have one girl that is taller than any other girl. They're all about the same size. I mean, not super big, but, you know, 6 foot, 5'11", 5'11", 6 foot, and athletic too. Here we go. We're set for the second game. Clarke in that first set hit 137, the Saints, and this has been the problem. They hit .060. And in their losses this year, it's been the fact that they just haven't hit. Against Marion, they hit .029. Against Mount Mercy, they hit negative .027. Against Cornerstone, they hit .069. The one match they won was against Bethel. They hit 139. And we had someone in the net. I believe it was Withy. And I don't even know if she was going up for the block or not, but they'll call her for being in the net, and a quick 1-0 lead here for Clarke. So, yeah, you've got to hit better. And I think the hitting issue in that first set was the fact that the Saints just didn't receive the serve very well. They really struggled. There's Maddie Rowe now. 15 kills to 10, Clarke versus St. Francis. See if we can even things up here, literally and figuratively. Nice dig there. That was Livesay Groark. And there's a kill. She's been busy on the outside, Lindsay Steger. That's her 6th kill already. Livesay Groark had 4 for the Saints. Bullard with 3. So those two girls made up 70% of the Saints' kills in that first game. Boy, real nice piece of hitting there from Brooklyn Withy. Saints had a hard time with a really good serve there from Maddie Rowe. And Withy was able to put a little something on that and get herself a point. Oh, there's a block. They sent a double at the Saints' left side there. It was Brum and Steger. I think Steger got her hands on it, and it's 3-1 in favor of Clarke. That is in, and that is a big hit. No chance at all for the Saints. Steger just tries a little dink, almost hit the net, but avoided it. Free ball here for the Saints. Quick set, Bullard nicely done, but Palermo wasn't able to track it down. And once again, Clarke is jumping out to a big lead. They led 5-0 to start the match, 5-1 here in the second game. The Saints already trail 1-0. Got to turn things around right now. And that will be a lift. Withy mistimed her jump, and I think that threw off Tatum Brum. Zakis will serve, and good one too. Steger had it blocked right back at her. I think that was Withy. The outside they go, block, and it's back in. Bullard, the freshman, takes down Amber Cooksley, another freshman. Kendra Bullard. It's hard for any freshman to play at any level, whatever sport, when you go to that next level in college. And the St. Francis freshmen are getting a baptism under fire here, and they're responding. But Clarke gets that point to go up 6-3. Boy, Steger is a force on the inside there. Lindsay is 6'1" senior from Milan, Illinois. And serving will be Ashley Smith, the libero. Once again, it's Zakis with a spectacular dig, but Withy got a little fancy with that. She probably should have just bumped it over, but tried a little one-handed over the shoulder and hit the ball right into the middle of the net. In that first set, Randy Hafner from Clarke had a total of 16 attacks, 9 assists. 9 assists for Maddie Rowe, so she led the way for the Saints. Total of 6 assists on those kills, or rather 10. 6 for Darian Baldwin and 3 for Alexis Inkst. Side out for the Saints, and here is Withy. They're going to go to the middle, and that ball was hit right into the net by Kayla Budgdens. Gonna go to the outside this time to Steger, and it's dug by Withy. Oh, and nicely done over the top by Inkst. Alexis Inkst, another one of those freshmen, went to Normal U High from Bloomington, Illinois, brings the Saints to within 1. It's 3 consecutive points. That was a real nice play. Withy again. The outside they go, and a big wind-up and a hit by Cooksley. The Saints there. They'll send it across. And there's a kill on the inside. Budgen's hit the last one into the tape. This one, she hits into the ground. 8-6. Clarke University, the Pride. Their logo is a lion head. And there you see the logo from the Saints in the background with Bernie there at the scorer's table. That ball is hit into the net. Baldwin back in to serve. Saints had 2 aces in that first set. None here in the second. Pride with no aces at all up to this point. That ball would have been way long, but Withy decided to play it, and that was a mistake. That ball sails long. Saints within 1. Home opener for Clarke Courier and the University of St. Francis Saints. Their next home game won't be until the 6th. They'll play Indiana South Bend here. Start getting into conference play. There's a good look at Joanna Nowicki. What a career she's had here. We mentioned she more than likely will get over 1,000 assists, or 1,000 kills for her career. She came into tonight with 923. Played a lot of volleyball in her 4 years here at St. Francis. Good effort there on the outside from Valance. She's been quiet up to this point. They need to get more out of the sophomore from St. Anne out of Bishop Mack High School. Clarke's done a nice job of keeping her quiet here, and there's a real nice placement from Rebecca Schroeder. Alex Talbot, just 5'4", sends it across. That ball is out of bounds. Brum tried to find the line, tried to be a little bit too fancy with it. Had a lot of different options, and she hit that way out of bounds. (10-10). Let's see if the Saints can pick up their first lead of the match. And they will not, at least now. As that ball is sent right into the net by Palermo. It's twice in a row she's done that. She did that to end the first game, and she does it here as the Saints had a chance to go up by a point. Maddie Rowe. She's had no trouble serving here tonight. Withy, she loves that little push. And she's good at it too. So serving to give the Saints their first lead will be Alexis Engst. Saints will have a chance here. Bullard blocked and dug. And they will not get the lead, at least for now either, as they go to the right side and they go to Lindsay Steger. And reason for her to smile, she's already got 8 kills in the match. There's Valent. And she will not be denied. Second kill for Taylor. And they'll need more from her. Valent last year was a 9-time double-digit kills performer and had a season high, which would be a career high of 21. So she's capable of having some big games. Just her second kill here tonight. And the Saints have their first lead. It took them a while, but they have it. They lead 13-12. A good attack there from Nowicki. Stagger. Boy, nice play there from the Saints. That was Palermo. She'll need to do it again. There she is. Cross court set, and that ball is pushed way out of bounds by Nowicki. 13 all. Just joining us, Clarke won the first game 25-23. They led by 6, 20-14, but the Saints a furious rally and actually tied it up at 22 only before falling. And that'll be a kill for Withy. Checking back in for the Saints was the freshman who had an impact late in that first game, Stephanie Woods. Well, good hit from the back there from Casey Davis. Trouble for the Saints. They'll just have to send it over in a free ball here for Clarke. Stagger down the line. This time it's out. And a point for the Saints. They now have their biggest lead of the match, 15-13. A nice placement over the top from Nowicki. That's the experience of a senior right there. Saints seeming more comfortable now with what Clarke's trying to do. Zakis answers the call again. Bullard has it blocked, kept alive there by Woods. Bullard tries again, and a good dig in the back. Right through the double block, a big hit. And this young lady hits harder than anybody else in this building. That's Amber Cooksley, and she's only a freshman. There's a good look at her right there. Well, she is as athletic as anybody, or more athletic than anybody else on the floor. Can really move. Bullard will be denied a kill there. Nice defensive effort by Clarke. And you can't stop her when you put the ball at the tape. Nowicki is going to bury it. 19 times last year she had double-digit kills, and she's approaching another double-digit night tonight. Now let's see if Darian Baldwin can go on a bit of a run here. Nice job by Baldwin to clean that up. Back set. And the freshman again with the kill. Amber Cooksley. (17-15). The Saints lead is 2. It's Kelsey Chambers. He's a freshman out of Chicago. I believe I saw Mother McCauley High School in the program. That ball is out. Not by much. Out nonetheless. So back-to-back points here for the Pride, and they're all of a sudden within 1. Nice job by Baldwin, but I think her momentum carried her into the net. A poor serve receive, and Darian had to just get as close to the net as possible and punch it over. She punched it over, but her shoulder rubbed up against the net. 3 consecutive points for Clarke, and we're tied at 17. Baldwin. Zakis with the set. And a dink over the top by Nowicki. Lack of communication there by Clarke will allow the Saints teeter back on top here by 1, 18-17. Evenly matched opponents here tonight. 25-23 in the first game, and after 35 points in the second, make it 36. We're tied as they go down the line to Casey Davis. We talked about the athleticism of Cooksley. Boy, Davis is right there with her, a 5'11 junior, also from Dubuque. And this will be Talbot to serve. And that is out. A very nice decision there by Zakis to duck out of the way at the last second. Let's see if Palermo can solve her service problems here. That's better. The Saints didn't fill the gap behind the blocker, and that'll be a kill for Clarke. And we're tied at 19. Neither team has used a timeout here in the second set. So now strategy, momentum, all that comes into play here in the final. Or whoever gets the 6 points necessary to win. And that is in, and that is the lead for Clarke. They go back up by 1. Casey Davis had a big night. Numbers starting to pile up for both hitters for Clarke. And the service point numbers for that young lady are off the charts tonight. Maddie Rowe in double figures. And that'll be a kill for the Saints. That'll get them back square. Livesay Groark with another kill. And here comes Inkst back in. She will serve. 20-20. Rowe will track it down, and Clarke will just send it over, but an unforced error, just not a smart play there by Chambers. All she had to do was get it over and then get ready to play defense, but she kind of lackadaisical, just tried to get fancy with it, and that cost her team a point. The Saints up by 1 now. Good block by Withy. Bullard blocked, and that will be 4 hits by the Saints as Bullard not able to get it over the net. We're tied at 21. Cynthia Martinez is from North Aurora. So she's back much closer to home than Dubuque is. Inks goes back set. Vallet almost with a kill on a little dink. That should be 4 hits. That ball never made it over and didn't hit the block. It hit the tape. But we play on. And a net violation. That's against Clarke. The Saints with the advantage now. And the Saints get their big gun back in. You see it right there on the other side of Withy. Nowicki back in. And Zakis will serve. Steger blocked by Withy, and that'll be a point for the Saints. (23-21). Zakis takes care of the shoe, and then she'll try to take care of this next point and hold on to service. Nice work down the line from Kelsey Chambers. Saints trying to get to game point. Standing in the way is Ashley Smith. And a big mistake by the Saints. You're trying to get to game point and no communication, no talking, and the ball doesn't even make it over. And a huge break for Clarke University. Oh my. The middle just tried to kill it right there, and Kayla Budgeons hit it way out of bounds. Well, you don't see that very often. You see a setter do that sometime, but Budgeon's playing the middle in there tonight, and instead of setting, she decided to take matters into her own hands, and probably not the best decision. A timeout taken by Brandon Paulson, the head coach of the Saints, or rather the head coach of the Pride. So with the Saints now having a game point, Coach Currier instructing our girls, look, we got one more, let's get back on top. But you really feel like if the Saints can get one of these games, this game right here, obviously, after losing the first one, that they're going to just kind of take off in this match. Because they haven't, and I think if you ask Coach Currier this, they haven't played well. Passing has been off, the hitting, and we'll get some new numbers here in just a little bit. But in the first set, they hit .060, and that's been the issue here. But I think it all goes back to serve receive, and some of the setting has been just a little bit off. Because you can only hit as well as you set, and you can only set well if you receive the serve very well. And that's been a bit of an issue so far this year. That's why the Saints are off to a bit of a slow start, but you see a lot of talent on this team. And you know they're well coached. So this will be a big one tonight. And it'll be Brooklyn Withy, the sophomore from Lapeer High School in Lapeer, Michigan. Like to finish off Coach Paulson and the Pride here in the second set. And that ball is up, and we're tied. Way to come back for the Saints. They've been fighting an uphill battle pretty much all night long, but they get on top when it was tied at 18, and they go on to win the second set by a final score of 25-23. So Clarke won the first one, 25-23. The Saints come back and win the second set, 25-23. 1-1 after two here at the Sullivan Center.
There's a call to be answered. Time is still on your side. The pads still feel good. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. A new team welcomes you and challenges you. There's always room to grow. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Get in the game at playnaia.org.
A little bit different looking group here after the second game, huh? First one, some long faces, some smiles right now as St. Francis comes back and takes out Clarke in game number 2, 25-23. So this is the first of just 11 home matches this year. The Saints will play upwards of 40 times. And a lot of them are crossovers, so you'll go somewhere and you'll play a couple of matches in a day or maybe 4 or 5 matches in a weekend. But just 11 at the Sullivan Center. And they got a nice crowd out here. I know you can't see them from the angle here, but down to our right, a lot of the football team here tonight cheering on the girls. It's good to see the support fellow athletes. There they are right there. There's a good shot. And they've been right there in it with the Saints every point. And they got on that floor referee earlier for a call that they thought should have went the way. I have a feeling they know him, so I'm sure he'll get grief a little bit later on. But there's the senior Nowicki right in the middle of it all, trying to get everybody fired up, trying to get that young lady going, Valent. And Nowicki having a big game and having to deal with, I guess, a flying insect inside the Sullivan Center as well. Not bad enough. You got to deal with the pride. You got to deal with some bugs. So Clarke will serve. That young man has some ties to Illinois. He's from nearby Addison, just up 355. Also was a graduate assistant at Western Illinois University prior to going to Manchester College. And here's Maddie Rowe. Valent blocked, and point number 1 goes to the Pride. That was Lindsay Steger. Boy, Zakis with 2 incredible digs in this point. And a kill for the Saints. Jade Livesay-Groark with another kill, but that was once again the outstanding defensive work of Katie Zakis. Not this time. Too much power on that one from Tatum Brum. So subbing in to serve will be Cynthia Martinez. That ball is in, and that will be a kill. Kelsey Chambers with another kill. So 3-1, Clarke off to a good start here in the third game. Best of 5. That ball is way long. 3-2, Saints will bring Nowicki back into the game. Also checking in will be Palelmo. Free ball here for the Saints. See if they can take advantage of it. Withy, as she always likes to do from the middle, that little push. Two really good middles here tonight in Withy, and then the big middle for Clarke University is Budgeton's. What a kill there from Kelsey Chambers. where their outsides are so athletic. Here's the libero, Ashley Smith serving, senior out of Roscoe, Illinois. Well, nice work by the Saints. Super play there from Palermo, and the Saints are going to get called for over the top of the net. So that'll be a point for Clarke University. Saints were celebrating as if they'd won the point, but the officials are, nope, we're giving it to the gals in blue. 5-3, Clarke on top. Outside they go to Nowicki, rolls it over the top through the block. Budgens was there. Steger was there as well. There's number 15 checking in for the Saints, Stephanie Woods, and serving will be Brooklyn Withy. Oh, that was a bullet serve, just hit the top of the net. Sub coming in for the Saints, checking in will be Maggie Klebanow. She's a sophomore, went to Plainfield South High School out of Plainfield. And Withy will get a little bit of a break. And a serve receive error that time by Zekas. She looks over to Coach Courier and points to herself, says, my bad. That serve receive was just over the net, and that allowed Budgens to take care of it easily. 7-4 Clarke. That was better. Bullard hit through a double, but a good dig in the back. And then the left-handed kill, the first of the night for Megan Presgrove. She's a sophomore out of Newton, Iowa. Just came into the game, they went right at her. A lefty hitting from the right, and she went cross court and gets the point. Angst will serve Bullard. No problem there for Clarke. And a kill from the back row. That's Casey Davis. Again, the Saints, such a young team. A lot of freshmen and sophomores playing, and that's difficult to have that situation and then compete with experienced teams. And there's the senior, though, that can compete with anybody. That's Nowicki. So 9-5, Clarke on top. Saints need a run here. Arian Baldwin. And she'll get an ace. Fourth ace of the match for the Saints. Presgrove this time is dug. Budgens is taken care of there by the Saints. And then a dink from Nowicki. And she just pumps her fist in the air. Sometimes it's not how powerful you are, but how smart you are and how precise you are. Zekas all over the place tonight. Oh, nobody covering the back. Klebanow got caught a little bit too far up, playing for the dink, but still a good effort from the Saints. But a point for Clarke. They go up 10-7. Baldwin goes cross court to Nowicki. A nice job by Klebanow. Took that one right off the chin, literally. And Budgens gets it just over the net, and a point for Clarke. Budgens has been a force in the middle. 6 foot, but plays bigger than that. And a little miss hit that time, but still ended up working out for the Pride. Attack from the back, and that is Kelsey Chambers. Saints a little bit of trouble here in the third game. 1-1 is where we stand through 2. Clarke starting to pull away here, and that ball sails out. Much needed point for the Saints. There is Nowicki to serve. Oh, the miss hit. Saints did not do a good job of passing that time, and they had 3 girls all within about 4 or 5 feet of each other, and they weren't able to get a proper set, and that young lady, Leipzig Groark, wasn't able to get it over the net. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Saints. Probably a good timeout as well, as they seem to be a little bit off here in this second, or make that the third game, because we figured they'd have a lot of momentum. And there you see Coach Courier just saying, let's relax a little bit. We got this. It's been a bit of a struggle here, falling behind by 5. So next up for the Saints, they will be traveling this weekend, and they will be playing Campbellsville, Kentucky on the 31st, which is, I believe that's Friday night. And then Huntington, Indiana. And they'll turn around on Saturday and play Spring Arbor and Rochester from Michigan. And then you get into conference play. You got Governor State on the 4th, Indiana South Bend on the 6th. That'll be their next home game here at the Sullivan Center. On the 6th of September at 7 o'clock against Indiana South Bend. Nice crowd here tonight. And there you see that banner in the background. 2012 NAI Men's Cross Country National Champion. Boy, and what a program that has been put together, both men and women here on the campus in Joliet. Men's and women's cross country has been absolutely stellar. Volleyball's had a good run too, won the conference tournament and tied for the regular season back in 2016. Last year finished 6th in the CCAC. What will this year have in store? Well, we're seeing it unfold right in front of us. There's a point for the Saints. 13-9. Paelmo back into serve. Valid blocked from her hind end. It's Withy keeping it alive. Oh, Paelmo, an incredible dig. Oh, then a set from Baldwin goes over and out of bounds. What a dig by Gabby Paelmo. Welcome to college volleyball, young freshman. Don't hit them like that in high school. 14-9, comfortable advantage for Maddie Rowe and the Pride. Valent hits it into the net. And again, just has not been able to get going here tonight. Taylor, 5'9", sophomore from Bishop McNamara, St. Anne, Illinois. Number 1 hitter returning. She hit 168 last year. Nice dig from Paelmo. See if Valent can finish this one off. Nope. Nice quick set in the middle. No trouble at all there for Tatum Brum, a freshman middle from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. And Valent will have a seat. Checking in will be McKenna Bartecki, 5'10" sophomore from Providence Catholic High School. She's from Lockport, her first appearance of the night. cross-court smash from Casey Davis. And Clarke pulling away. They're up by 8. Starting to gain some confidence. Those athletic outsides are really starting to dominate this match. And there's a serve into the net, so a break for the Saints. Here's Inks serving. And that'll be an ace for the freshman. We've seen the Saints fall behind here tonight and then rally. We saw it in the first game. See if they can get hot here. And another ace. No, what a great play. That was Casey Davis. But then the kill in the middle. I believe that was Withy. I wish she would hit it a little bit more. A lot of dinks from her and a lot of pushes. She's got some power and really athletic. Sometimes I wish she would just let loose a little bit, but she's a youngster, just a sophomore. What a remarkable freshman year she had, second team all-conference. There's a nice play by the Lockport native. Bartecki making her presence felt. Just checked in here in this third game. Came in for Valet and already making her presence felt. So Saints have reeled off 3 in a row, and they're getting themselves back into this third game. Good cover by Palermo, and we have what? A lift? Nope, double hit instead. Tough break for the Saints. That would have been a big point to get there. Cynthia Martinez, the sophomore from North Aurora, will serve. A little bit of a homecoming for her. Inks the set. Bullard. No trouble for Clarke. What a night Zakis has had. And a net violation there against Clarke, so that's a point. And here comes Nowicki back into the game, and you know where the Saints are going to go. Either Withy in the middle or to that young lady right there. Zakis made a great effort, but to no avail this time. Zakis has done her part here tonight and then some. Ashley Smith will serve. 2 really good liberos here tonight. Inks goes back set to Bullard and blocked but kept alive there by Budgdens. Nowicki gets away with a miss hit. A couple of those we've seen the Saints have tonight. Doesn't matter how, just get the point. And in for the Saints to serve is going to be Maggie Klebanow. Well, you like this roster that Coach Currier has put together. It includes some local young ladies, gets the fans out, gets the families out, gets people interested, and that ball sails long from Klebanow. Now we have a Lockport, a Morris, Plainfield, Joliet on the roster. Corey Beard is the sophomore transferred from St. Ambrose. He's from Joliet, not playing here tonight. Tyne Phillips, a senior from Spencer, Wisconsin, also not in uniform tonight for the Saints. And Klebanow had a hard time with that serve, goes over the net, and Clarke knows what to do with those. And Klebanow will sit with, he will come back in. It's saved by the Saints. Free ball here for Clarke. Westgrove will get credit for a kill. That's her second, the lefty. Both of them have come from the right side. And another timeout taken by Coach Couriers. The Saints are in trouble, down by 7 here. We're in the third game. The Saints lost the first one, 25-23. Won the second one, 25-23. Home opener for the Saints. Athletic Director Dave Laquetta alongside. Dave, tough night for the Saints receiving serves. Their passing has been a little off as well.
Yeah, they've made a few mistakes here and there, that they'd really want to take back. Unforced errors, as you would say, not brought on by Clarke. And again, as Coach Courier talked to you in the pregame and stuff like that, or the pre-match, it's just a young group.
Yeah.
And they're going to learn. And, we saw Brooklyn Withy a year ago and Martina Bartecki, develop as they played throughout their freshman year, and some of these other girls, Gabrielle Palmo now playing in her first year, Stephanie Woods,
right there.
Coach Courier, after she saw her, she was a late addition to the squad, and she said, you know what, over the next 4 years, she's going to be able to do some things over the middle. Hadn't played at a high level, at the high school level, and now, coming from that to this level is a totally different ball game.
It is. Well, youth is served here, and that means the future is bright. Westgrove. There's Akis again. Here's Bullard, another one of those freshmen. She'll get the kill right down the line. And it's just a confidence thing, too. You see when Clarke is attacking their outsides, Dave, they go right to the net, and they do it with confidence. And, Saints sometimes, should I go? Should I dink? Should I tip? That's just a matter of experience. It's intimidating to play against older girls. Akis with a bump set to the back to Withy. Good dig by Withy. And perfect spot, a little bit of a break. Randy Hafner from nearby Piatone will get credit for that kill. Hit the tape and fell in between 3 Saint players.
The other thing, that you talk about is the nuances of everybody, and just, they've only been playing together for about 3-4 weeks, and just understanding, how they play the game as well, and to be prepared for that, and what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses. And sometimes you're seeing that, like you said, are you going to go for the ball, or am I going to go for the ball? As the season develops, you get into late September, early October, they're going to know each other a whole lot more.
Oh, yeah. That was another passing error that led to another point for Clarke. And that's the second. Oh, that's the third set. That'll be a point for Clarke, and they dominate. And the Saints better get hot in a quick hurry, because that was a little bit too easy for Clarke in that third game. So they go up 2-1, winning there 24-15 over the Saints. 2-1. The visitors from Dubuque on top of the Saints here at the Sullivan Center.
It's our conference meet, so it's kind of our biggest meet of the year. Sharon was a Lindsey Wilson runner. We'd known each other for a long time, and she is a sweetheart. She's absolutely adorable. You would never want anything bad to happen to her in a race, ever.
And we were 2.5 miles into it, and Darcy and I were in second and third, and Sharon was in first. We knew that she had gone the wrong way because we could barely still see her. She was still pretty far in front of us.
She still came in third place at the finish, but I came in first and Danielle came in second. Immediately, we just go, no! We both literally did this motion with our arms.
We didn't want the credit for first and second because we knew that's not what it really was.
Well, I'm very proud of our girls. You can't help but be proud. Anytime someone does the right thing, no matter what. In our day and age now, it's everybody out for themselves mostly. And I think it's just, we're teaching the kids the wrong thing when we do something like that. We need to teach them, yeah, you want to win. You want to be the best. You should strive to break a record. But remember, the lifestyle you live is the most important thing of all.
There's the Saints down 2-1. Dave Laquetta, the athletic director, alongside Dave. So far, so good this fall. I know your men's soccer team's picked up a couple of W's. How are things going?
Yeah, we're just getting started in football. A big weekend this weekend, going out to California State University, Sacramento on Saturday.
Nice.
And then come back for the home opener against University of St. Francis, Indiana, the two-time defending champion. And it's just that the competition that the teams are playing in the early season. It only bodes well for the future.
Sure.
These are the games that you want to get in. This tough non-conference schedule, because it's only going to help you when you get into the conference season. We saw that this weekend with the volleyball team playing a couple ranked teams over the weekend. Gave Cornerstone all they could handle. They're a top 20 ranked team in the NAIA. And, soccer got off their first win and then had a couple setbacks each of the past two nights. And they're going to Rio Grande, a top 20 team, in about a week and a half. Dan Cross, the head coach for the men's soccer program, turned the program around. And, he felt after last year's success, we need to bring it up a level and play some more tougher non-conference competition. We've already got the tough conference season. And now we've got to do that in the non-conference so that we come prepared when it's the middle to late September and we start the conference season.
All right. Well, yeah, we're still in August, even though September is right in front of us. But you're right, this is early for everyone. And you don't get a chance to play a lot of scrimmages, maybe one or two before the season starts. So it's trial by fire, literally.
Yep, and every time you start a new season, you got new faces, no matter what it is. If it's professional, collegiate, high school, you just got to get accustomed to playing with all the different parts and pieces. And again, in a game like volleyball, where we've seen some of the unforced errors here in the home opener, it's just, again, getting to know each other and getting to know who's going to be going for that ball, how to set to this person, where can I deliver, and then obviously the attackers, how is the ball getting set?
Saints will be serving here. This is Palermo, the freshman from Schaumburg, serving. Zakis with a super dig. Withy sends it over. Pressgrove down the line. That ball is out. Point for the Saints. Again, they need this game to force a fifth and deciding Sullivan Center. A laser from Palermo barely climbs over the net. And a block. Jade Livesey Groark with the block. Withy there as well. Saints up 2-0.
Livesey Groark, the only junior on the squad, and one of only 4 upperclassmen.
Yeah. A block by the senior, who is the leader on this team, Joanna Nowicki. We're talking earlier, Dave, she's going to have, when she's done here, over 1,000 kills for her career.
And with each passing year, she just gets stronger and, more confident, and she came in ready to go this year.
Yeah, she does play with a bit of a swagger and confidence. We'll try again, and she succeeds again. Double-digit kills for the Morris native. I didn't know they played volleyball in Morris. Thought it was just high school ball. Well, a 4-0 start for the Saints. They want to play that final game to 15. Oh, unlucky. The Saints had a double block there with Withy and Nowicki. Pressgrove able to get it through that block, or at least over the top of it. First point for Clarke. Saints still up by 3. And here's been the nemesis all night long from the service line, Maddie Rowe. And a kill from the left side. That is Casey Davis. Again, we talked about this earlier. This team, they all kind of look the same. They're about 5'11", 6 foot. They're all about the same size, all athletic. Had a little bit of a shorter lineup in here with this rotation, but Quick set in the middle. Nice job by Rowe. Nowicki handled there nicely by Smith. And then a kill by Steger.
Steger's had a big game for
Yes, she has.
Clarke. She really stepped up in that last match and created that gap between the Saints and Clarke.
Once again, whenever there's a run, you look on the service line and there's number 1. Started off the match with 5 consecutive and she continues to build on her points.
There we go.
Beautiful cross court by Livesey Groark. Here comes the freshman, another freshman, Alexis Engst. And she's going to have a nice career here. She's 5'11", can play setter, can play right side. And she'll serve here.
There we
nice
go.
job by Withy. Single block in the middle. She was able to get the point over Tatum Brum. Saints up by 3 now. Playing with a different bounce in their step here in this 4th game. That's what sudden death does to you, doesn't it? Boy, Steger with a rocket. And once again, Zakis right there. Nowicki gets another kill.
Yeah, it's almost like Steger against Nowicki, isn't it?
Yep. Well, last year, 345 kills for Joanna. 19 times double digit, 1 here tonight. She's had a remarkable run, and it's been fun to watch, and she's going to put up some big numbers this year. I mean, this is it for her. And as a senior that works as hard as she does, she knows this is it for her, and she's going to give everything she's got. 7-3 Saints on top. A nice set right down the middle to Casey Davis, and she is as good a leaper as we have in this gym. And she gets a 5 there from her head coach, Brandon Paulson. Martinez will serve. Down 3. Withy on the roll. A nice play there by Ashley Smith. Smith again. Back set to Steger. Good job by Engst, and Bullard sends it across. Great block from Withy. Or was that Bullard? Maybe Bullard. Saints jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Clarke battled back into it, and now the Saints up by 4 once again at 8-4. And Nowicki will serve. And we're going to get a double hit called against the setter, Maddie Rowe, and that'll be a point for the Saints. Valent will get in on the act now. They need her. If they're going to win this match tonight, they're going to need her to get hot. She's a hitting percentage, the #1 hitter coming back from last year. She had a bit of a tough night tonight, but she sure made amends for it with that kill there. Saints up by 6. Palermo with an incredible dig, but then a double hit by Valent. We've seen some great digs here tonight from Zakis, but that one there from Palermo was as good as anything we've seen. Quick set, Withy, tried a little push again. Steger, denied by Zakis. From the back row. Bullard with her biggest hit of the night, then a block. And Steger finally ends the marathon point. (25-23), 23-25, 25-15. It's the advantage for Clarke University from Dubuque, Iowa. However, the Saints on top by 4 here in the fourth game. Down the line, Steger goes, but she's out. She didn't necessarily like the call. Bazakis was right there, and she was going to go for the dig attempt, but then said, "Nope, I'm gonna pull back." Here's Withy to serve. Bazakis probably should have let that go, but Saints will live to try to win the point anyway. Oh, there's Valent. She has arrived. Boy, you saw her athleticism there. Taylor Valent, a 5'9" sophomore, exploded into the air. That ball is long, and another point for the Saints, and you may see a timeout here very soon from Brendan Paulson, the head coach of Clarke. Quick set in the middle, and the big middle, Kayla Budgens. Able to stay in the air long enough, missed time to jump, but stayed in the air long enough to get it down on the ground on the other side. Randy Hafner will serve, received by Withy. What outstanding bump set by Zakis, but still a point for Clarke. Bullard blocked. They sent a pair at her. And it was Kelsey Chambers coming through. That's long. So 4 consecutive points now by the Pride. We're down 13-6. Now it's 13-10. Nice job here by Randy Hafner, the young lady from nearby Peatone. That serve is out. And a big point for the Saints. And that did not make it over the net in 3. Saints get another point, back to back. (15-10), starting to look like we might have a 5th set. Saints up by 5, kind of in control in this 4th game. A big hit there from Woods, but a good dig, and then a sloppy hit there by Chambers. We've seen her do that a couple of times here tonight. Just kind of loses concentration a little bit. We're not used to seeing that. Just a freshman, though. 16-10. Saints on top. Here's Baldwin. Back set and a block. Oh, nice set and a kill on the outside there. Chambers got her mistake back there with a big kill. The homecoming for her as well out of Chicago. Kept it alive with the left hand. Baldwin the set and Valent the kill. (17-11). Nowicki back into the game, and Zakis will serve. And a net violation. They went to the middle to the freshman, Stephanie Woods. They sent a blocker at her, and the blocker got into the net. And a timeout taken, and Kara Courier is very happy. It's been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, and it will be when you coach mostly freshmen and sophomore. It will be an emotional roller coaster. It'll be just a year where you're going to see some really good play and you're going to see some bad play. And there's going to be a lot of that going on, which is what she's doing now, is teaching. Just a lot of teaching. You know, when the girls get to be a little bit older, like Nowicki, and, you know, we need to mention also that the two-time libero of the year in the conference and then in the region, Leah Alice, graduated, so she's gone. And, you know, how do you replace that? Well, you know, they found a good one here in Zakis, but it's just a lot of learning because Alice was kind of running the show around here for the last few years. Now it's going to be up to that young lady there. And, boy, from what I've seen here tonight, she's got to be up to the task. But it is a learning experience, learning in terms of X's and O's. But it's something Dave Laquetta mentioned earlier. It's learning each other. These girls all came from different schools. There's not one here that came from the same school. So they're strangers that get thrust into a team situation, and all of a sudden they have to learn how the other one plays, and the other one plays. Saints up by 7. That serve receive is out, and that's an ace for the Saints. Katie Zakis adding to her impressive stat line tonight. On a bad set, Baldwin set it too far for Livesay Groark, and she wasn't able to get anything on. In fact, didn't even get it over the net. Comfortable working margin here, though, for the Saints, up by 7. Baldwin, despite that assist, last year double-digit assists in 37 of the 40 matches. Had a career-high 44 assists against Indiana South Bend. That's just a crazy number. Come to the outside to Nowicki, and that is in. Joanna Nowicki. Best player on the court tonight, and I don't think anybody can argue with that. So the Saints get to 20 and have an 8-point cushion. Well, that ball should have been let go. It is out of bounds. It hits the back wall. It can hit the ceiling or any lights, but it can't hit the wall and be kept in play. So there's a service ace for Paelmo. That is going to be long. Here's Maddie Rowe, representing pretty much the last hope here for Clarke in this fourth game. she's capable of stringing together some points. We've seen it all night. Steger, and that's dug once again by Zakis. Quick set in the middle, a little left-hand touch there from Brum. Wonderful play by Palermo. Great job by the Saints. Zakis and Withy combined to get it over after a block from Nowicki. And that goes right by Withy, and that is a point for Clarke. Great effort, though, by the Saints. Once again, a little bit of a run here, and look to the service line, and you see Maddie Rowe, a little left-hander from Clarke. Withy off the quick set from Darian Baldwin. Baldwin last year with 88 double-doubles, double-digit in assists in nearly every single match. And here comes another freshman setter, Alexis Hingst. Oh, and that's a double hit from Hingst. Still the Saints with a comfortable working margin here. They're up 7. There's 3 points to force the 5th and deciding game. But as we've seen this match go on, you've seen them receive the serves better, number 1, pass better, number 2, and that leads to better hitting percentage. And the numbers continue to go up each and every game. Martinez to serve for the Pride. Down 7. Nowicki in. Nope, the official overrules the line judge and says it was out. That'll be a point for Clarke. She's made a living with that cross-court kill tonight and down the line. She's very tough to predict where she's going to go. To the middle they go to Nowicki. Little dink over the top, cleaned up by Rowe. No attack here from Clarke. Little miscommunication. Bump set to Bullard, and that is long. A little sloppy, that possession for the Saints. They got to get serious here. That once comfortable lead is down to 5. Hingst goes to the left. Bullard is blocked. And another point for the Pride, and they're within 4 now. And you may see a timeout here from Coach Currier. And you still like where you are. You have 22, just need 3 points to force the 5th, but all of a sudden, an 8-point cushion has been cut in half. Hingst goes to Nowicki. Dink over the top. Pancaked wonderfully by Smith. What a play. Nowicki. Another great play by Ashley Smith. Seeing 2 outstanding libero performances tonight. Bullard. Denied again by Smith. Steger down the line. And Steger takes out Nowicki. Point for the Pride. Timeout. University of St. Francis, and Dave Laquetta's rejoined us, Dave. That was an outstanding point. Great defense, but how about the liberos here tonight?
Yep, as you said, Katie Zakis for the Saints and Ashley Smith for Clarke has really done it. And you said Steger down the line, and Zakis was right there on the other end, and they've been looks like a championship bout right now.
Yeah. Saints with a 21-13 lead, as you can see there. That's gone now. Well, it's still a 3-point cushion. There you see Bullard, Enks, and then Nowicki. There's the pancake by Smith.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And then momentarily, if they stay with it, you'll see Zakis's save here.
Yeah, that's a long point. It'll come back over. I'll go to Nowicki. And Smith again, all over the place. Her teammate steps over her without stepping on her head. Now this was a classic point. And Smith
This
again.
is where it is.
Here it is right here. Little back set.
Right there.
Yep. There we go, 22-19.
There we go. That's what you want, right?
That's what I want her to swing that arm, man. Swing that arm. She's so athletic. Just take off and let loose. Now the Saints will see Nowicki serve. Needing just 2 points to head to the fifth. Palermo continues to do a great job back there. Steger down the line and in, right in front of Kara Courier. Nowicki's going to get a bit of a break. She is going to be one tired young lady. A lot of attacks for her tonight. A lot of defense. She doesn't come out of the game very often. 23-20, things are tightening up. With too much on that one. Didn't time her jump right. She kind of hit that one on her way up. Wasn't able to hit down on the ball.
Got to be careful here. If they get to within one, man, the momentum's already swinging.
Oh, yeah. And it's Ashley Smith. What a night for the senior out of Roscoe. Inkst goes outside.
There we go.
To Valek. And Taylor gets another kill. That's her third of this set. Saints have all of a sudden now a few points to play with here. And it'll be Brooklyn Withy. Real good serve from her. Valent with the dig. She's going to try to get the kill too.
Here we go.
Quick set middle, and the freshman, Stephanie Woods, finishes off Clarke. Saints win 25-21, and as we said earlier, if you can just stick around long enough, force that fifth set, anything can happen, and we're going to see what happens as we continue on here on the University of St. Francis Sports Network. It's 2-2 at the Sullivan Center.
Loyola Medicine is the official healthcare provider for the Fighting Saints. We're committed to sports injury prevention, maintaining the health and nutrition of young athletes, and optimizing training and conditioning. Our team includes fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, primary care and emergency medicine physicians, licensed physical therapists, and certified athletic trainers. Our sports medicine program offers day, evening, and weekend availabilities. Caring for body and soul is unique, and it's uniquely Loyola.
We're back at the Sullivan Center. I'm Scott Slocum here on the USF Sports Network. Dave Lucchetti, the athletic director, alongside as well. 2-2. If you're just joining us here tonight, Clarke University 25-23. Then the Saints won the second game 25-23. Clarke dominated the third 25-15, and the Saints come back, led by 8, 21-13, held on to win 25-21.
Seems like whoever has that momentum really early on, you know, Clarke had it in that first game. They were up 6-zip, and then this last game was huge for St. Francis to open up a 4-0 lead.
This means absolutely nothing, but every set that has been won tonight has been won from the same side of the court. How about that?
Well, this one, though, is going to be flip-flops.
So we need this side of the court to come through here. And what I like about this group here is they're all smiles, especially that young lady in the middle. Katie Zakis, she likes to dance. She likes to smile. She likes to dig balls that are hit out at her about 60 or 70 or 80 miles an hour. Fearless.
Yep. Well, you know what? It's funny. You do see Katie dancing, and really – over the past, I don't know how many years it's been a long time since I've been in school, but if there was music playing in the gym and a match was going on or a game was going on and I was dancing or somebody was dancing, what do you think the coaches would do?
Yeah, it wouldn't go particularly well, would it?
And now it's really a part of practices. You know, the kids use it at practice. You know, I'll go out to a football practice, even here, while they're doing things, and it just loosens them up and just takes away that pressure and that stress. And that's what Katie's doing right now, taking away that stress and saying, hey, we got this.
Well, let's see if they do have it. First to 15 by 2 will win. And speaking of some of the guys from the football team, that dance line going earlier. So how did you come up with California State at Sacramento? How did that game get arranged for the football team?
Just one of those things where, you know, they go on some of these websites, you know, where they have like boards that just say, you know, we have coaching meetings, we have game openings, and they kind of, and to be monetarily good for us to go out there. And for those of you who don't know California State, very similar to an Illinois State program, not a Division I. They're Division I in football, but it used to be Division I AA. They call it a different football championship series now.
Exactly.
But it's that level of competition. The Eastern Illinois, the Illinois States, the Western Illinois, and this is the California version of that.
How many players are you taking out?
I believe there'll be 75 total on the plane Friday morning.
Oh, they'll have a blast. All right, let's get the first point here, and they're going to Nowicki, and they sent 2 girls at her. Point for Clarke, and they're off and running here 1-0.
Now this is where you got to go get the momentum back right away. And that's something we haven't seen from actually either team.
Yep.
One team has built a little bit of an advantage early on, and that's carried them throughout, you know, the different games. Games 1 and 3 for Clarke, and games 2 and 4 for St. Francis.
Yeah, Saints, that last game jumped out to a 4-0 cushion, and that held up. Here's Rowe serving. Up 1. And over the, we're going to get, I thought maybe an over the top there by Blum, but they're instead going to say point for Clarke. Well, she went way over the net there, but again, that was a poor serve received by Nowicki, and the pass to the setter was too long. Quick set in the middle. Steger.
They're
blocked, but that is out of bounds. Point for the Pride. This is when you need to stop the run right now.
Especially with the fact that the game's only 15 points.
Make it 4 in a row now. Coach Courier thought maybe she'd take a timeout, but nope, she's going to leave the girls out there, let it figure it out for themselves. And Rowe has been just remarkable on the service line tonight. A great effort there by the Saints to get the ball over and stay alive in the point. Zakis kept it alive. Palermo, but Baldwin not able to send it over, and it's 5-0, and a timeout taken by Coach Courier. So the last thing in the world the Saints wanted to see happen was to fall behind like this. But Katie Rowe's got something going on. She's left-handed. She doesn't put an incredible amount of pace on the ball, Dave, but she hits it sharp, and it's got a little bit of topspin on it.
Yep, like you said, that first game especially, the Saints got down 5-0, and it was really all Katie Rowe.
Yeah, and here we are again in the 5th one, and Maddie, once again, 5 consecutive service points.
And this is going to be a good match, for St. Francis. We talked about some of the unforced errors and stuff, some of the serve-receive errors. Again, early on, it's all about learning different things and learning from your mistakes. And this is going to be a big part of the growing process for St. Francis to work off some of the kinks from this game and develop. If they continue to make these errors throughout the season, they're going to struggle. If they learn from the mistakes that they made tonight, they're going to have a good season.
There's some talent. There's no doubt about it. There's Maddie Rowe. Nowicki blocked. Steger once again. She has been unstoppable tonight. 6-0. And checking into the game now for the Saints will be McKenna Bartecki. See if they can get a good serve receive here and get a side out. Paelmo with a good one. Bump it to Nowicki. She'll just push it over. Stagger cross court. That ball is out.
There we go.
And see if the Saints can reel off a bunch of points here. They're going to need to. Not a lot of time to chip away when you're only going to 15. Alexis Inkst out of Central Illinois, Normal U High from Bloomington. Nice job by Bullard. Speaking of freshmen, Kendra Bullard from Random Lake, Wisconsin. Taking out Steger there.
Yeah, Kara Courier, the head coach for the Saints, has had some success with the ladies from Wisconsin. Alyssa Breidelman, her assistant coach this year, had a great 4-year career.
Oh, Nowicki sends that one wide. Tried to go cross and mishit it. So that stems the tide here. Back-to-back points for the Saints. Now a point for the Pride, and they're up 7-2 and almost halfway home here in the 5th. That ball is way wide and long from Cynthia Martinez. All right, so this is crucial right here. Next couple of points here. And Nowicki will try to get hot here. Unbelievable save by the Saints. Thanks to Vallet. And that will be a fortunate kill for Taylor Vallet.
Gotta love her facial expression on that, as that one just went right down the line and finally dropped on the opposite side.
Rolled on top of the tape and fell in. Elmo, just another remarkable dig. Steger, that hit the ground. Nice effort by Paelmo, but Steger got it down first. And we're gonna switch sides now, 8-4. Halfway through you switch. And Clarke University 7 points away from coming into Illinois and beating what would be a third consecutive CCAC opponent. Took out Governor State, St. Xavier, and they're 7 points away from taking out St. Francis. They'd be winning the conference now, Dave. Cardinal Stritch beat them earlier this year, so they're 2-1 against CCAC. Let's hope it doesn't go to 3-1. Smith and the Pride to serve, up 4. And Steger once again, if she's not hitting it, she's just placing it in a perfect position. MVP of the match for sure. Ashley Smith. Really a workmanlike effort from her. And there's a kill. Angst a quick set to Withy. And there's the point. Checking back in for the Saints will be Stephanie Woods. She had a big kill to end that 4th game. Now Withy. Somebody's got to get hot for the Saints. Somebody's got to make a play. And Steger hits it wide. There's a start. A side out, then a point for the Saints, and Withy will serve again. Down 3 is all.
There we go.
And that is going to be an ace for Withy.
This is starting to be like that first game.
Yes, it is. And Withy, what a remarkable freshman year she had here. The now sophomore from Lapeer, Michigan, led the team in blocks, 2nd in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, 28th in the nation, at 135 in all. Just a remarkable season. And 17 kills versus Roosevelt. Her dad was a Division I baseball player at Central Michigan, so she's got good bloodlines. And Coach Kara, very, very happy to have her for the rest of this year and 2 more. She's going to put up some big numbers here before she's done in Joliet.
Yeah, she was really excited to get her last year, and then just to watch her throughout the season. Nothing but a great addition to the volleyball program here for the Saints.
Yeah, Dave, it's important to go out and recruit good players, but you need good people too. And I know that's something Coach Currier really looks at, is the character of a girl, and yes, her playing ability, but you have to be careful who you go out and get these days.
Yep, that's for sure.
All right, here's Withy. Back on the line, down by 2. Saints have scored 3 consecutive points. And you know they're going to Steger, and they do.
There we
and
go.
A kill! Saints within 1. Kendra Bullard. A freshman assisting to a freshman who gets the kill right through the block. It's 9-8 now, and Clarke starting to show signs of being a bit tight. Saints will get a free ball here. No, they won't, because it's long, and it's 9-9. So a 5-0 start for Clarke to start, actually a 6-0 start. The Saints have rebounded with 5 consecutive points, and we're tied at 9. Let's just play next point wins, huh? And that ball is out. Point for the Saints, 6 in a row.
It's really nice to see the resiliency of this team again, being so young. And early on in that game 1, we go back to that game when they got down by so many and then rallied to tie it.
Inks there to clean it up. Quick set in the middle, and a finish on the inside from Caleb Budgens, and that stems the tide. You don't see this very often, with each team having a 6-0 run in a set, let alone the 5th one. And serving for Clarke University will be Randy Hafner. She's a Blue Devil from nearby Peatone. Inks with a quick set.
There we go.
And a kill. Again, freshman to freshman, Stephanie Woods. And here will be Gabby Paelmo. Oh, check that. This is Darian Baldwin serving. Paelmo came out, Baldwin in. Pressgrove is blocked, but still gets the kill. Good effort there from Valent. Couldn't get there in time, and we're tied at 11.
I'm thinking this one might not be decided in 15.
What was your first clue? Serving is yet another freshman, Amber Cooksley. Freshman all over the place. A free opportunity here for Clarke. A good dig. Saints will have a chance here. Baldwin. And finally a good pass by one of the two teams. It was a perfect set, and then the laser beam from Casey Davis, and Clarke goes up by one now, 12-11. Passing so crucial. Both teams struggled there until Clarke was able to execute at the very end. And a block. They kept alive, though, by the Saints.
Yes!
And Clarke was celebrating. The officials say, as Brandon Paulson comes over to argue it, they say, no, that's good. Budgens can't believe it. She thought it was 4 hits. And maybe a freshman mistake by Cooksley. She started to celebrate the point, and the ball bounced right in front of her. So 12-12, a break for St. Francis. See if they can take advantage of it. Oh, and a big hit on the left side by Casey Davis.
Davis came in as the leading attacker for Clarke, and her and Steger have put on a show tonight.
Yeah, Davis is super athletic there. Really attacks very, very strong. 13-12, Clarke on top. And there she goes again. And that all started with a little bit of a problem on the serve receive by Withy. A pass that the receive sent Baldwin off of her line, and she had to hustle over and not get a good bump set up in the air. So just like that, we have a couple of match points for Clarke University from Dubuque, Iowa. So the Saints will go on the road this weekend. They'll play Campbellsville, Kentucky, and Huntington, Indiana on Friday, and then on Saturday, Spring Arbor and Rochester, Michigan. And then they'll return here to the Sullivan Center on the 6th of September to play Indiana South Bend in a CCAC matchup.
Yeah, that'll be the first conference matchup of the season. South Bend, this past year or the year before, actually advanced to the NAI National Tournament opening round. It was 2 years ago, and they've been a program that's been on the rise, a very young program, just about 5 years old, and they've already been to the National Tournament opening round once.
That's awesome. Trinity International is the best record so far of anyone in the conference. They're 4-1 non-conference. St. Xavier 3-1, but they lost to this Clarke team just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, and St. Xavier is the defending champion for the conference.
St. Francis won it 2 years ago. This is for the match right here. Good defense here from Clarke. The Saint fans trying to cheer their girls on. This for the match. Pressgrove is blocked. Pressgrove again.
There we go.
Ricky, they save one, match point. And I love what the fans are doing. On the 3 hits, they go U. On the second hit, S. Third hit, F.
Great block.
14-13, and serving will be Gabby Paelmo, the freshman. A lot of pressure on those young shoulders. 5-3 out of Schaumburg. Trailing by 1, still match point. And that's it. The Saints fall. They go to Casey Davis, which is where I would have gone as well.
Yeah, Casey came up really big late, Steger early, and that combination helped Clarke come away with a 5-set victory. But again, great resiliency by the Saints. A lot of hope, a lot of promise in a game like this, and also a lot of mistakes that they have to clean up. But again, early on, those are the things that you learn from and hopefully build on.
Well, Clarke improves to 5-1 on the season, and the Saints fall to 1-4, and that's their 4th consecutive loss. And Clarke University likes playing CCAC teams. They improve now to 3-1 against our gals. David, thanks for helping out tonight. We appreciate it.
Glad to do it.
Kara Courier, the head coach of the Saints, nice enough to stop by and say hi to us. We're going to do this right here. I think we will do this right here. Well, Coach, resiliency. Let's start with the positives. Your girls were resilient tonight.
Really played tough. They fought through a lot. They weathered a lot of storms. We talk all the time about having to weather. Volleyball is so momentum oriented. You've got to be able to, when you're down in the valley, you've got to be able to fight back and weather that so that you don't just give up. And I thought we did that.
This is a good team. They beat the last 2 CCAC champions, you and St. Xavier, in successive nights.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. They have a lot of good quality. That number 9 on the outside was really, really awesome. And we competed with them. Like I said, it's a hard thing with this young group. Sometimes they can just sit back and get shell-shocked and be like, oh, my gosh, we lost the gun. But I thought they fought through it and worked real hard.
I think you got in a hole early. Your service receives a lot of mistakes.
Oh, yeah. Our service receive was not what it is. When we succeeded, the places where we did well was when our service receive was good.
Yes.
But it was really all contingent on that. We just live and die by it.
You're passing as well, but I think you're seeing the emergence of some freshmen. I thought Alexis Inks gives you some size at that setter position. Yep. She's a nice player.
Oh, yeah, she is. We got a lot of really good freshmen.
Yep.
Woods, Olmo hustling in the back row. Yep. We've got a lot of really positive things, and our sophomores coming through. This team is going to be good.
There's some talent, no doubt about that. And they're pretty well coached, too.
There we go.
Thanks, Kara. Thanks, Kara. Nice job tonight. Tough one, of course, but the Saints still gave a great effort. They were right here at the end. They had a chance to win it, but they come up just a little bit short, falling in 5 to Clarke University from Dubuque. Again, your scores here tonight. This doesn't get much closer than this, folks. For their Clarke, 25-23, 23-25, 25-15, 21-25, and they win the 5th and final set, 15-13. Thanks for watching University of St. Francis Volleyball here on the USF Sports Network. I'm Scott Slocum saying so long from the Sullivan Center.